And Milwaukee calls their first.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing.
That game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Poked away, stolen by Thompson. From outside the arc, and Stephen Curry another three. Curry's got 18 points in the game. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Here's Middleton after the made shot from Andre Iguodala.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
And here is Antetokounmpo after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Drops in the breakaway layup. Curry's got 23 points.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Iguodala with the steal. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
A turnover at one end and bang, a bucket at the other. There have been a few of those quick turnarounds here today.
And really impossible to play good defense when you're scrambling after the miscues.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Carter Williams is checked in.
Couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Monroe wide open. Milwaukee no good that time either.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Thompson with it, now guarded by Middleton. Here's Bogut, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past two seasons.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Monroe off the mark, and the drop continues.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been healthy at all.
Well, going back to Bogut, when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. It's hauled in by Bogut.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And the Bucks with possession here. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Now here's Curry. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go. Here's the three. Shot's good. And that's now 28 points for Steph Curry.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now here's Middleton. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. To halt the run, and Thompson sends it back. And now in transition, here we go. Iguodala.
And they looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass. Just outstanding. I mean, basket after basket, perfection.
Unconscious from the field, guys. The fans are definitely getting their money's worth.
Ahead, here's Curry, and he gets it to go.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Milwaukee with the ball. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Here's Curry. He's coming off a 28-point game against Milwaukee. Iguodala's drive. The rebound by Middleton. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Curry. Bogut sets a screen for Curry. It could go. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
What a 3 at the hole.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his...
Anywhere 5-6 feet.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry, and tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. We've got John Henson. Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Mayo. Then it's Greg Monroe, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
The dish now to Bogut. On the wing, Green. Thompson inside the line, and another basket for Golden State.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams. A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
And a lot of teams shy away from that mid-range, but if you can get them off of rhythm, then you can have success.
Monroe, no good. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP. This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is fine. Finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And the Bucks miss again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar. Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo to end the drought. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Pulls up on the wing, and again, Stephen Curry. Curry's got 47 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Again, Golden State.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
It's stolen by Curry. Oh, and here we go. Bogut's got it, the fast break chance.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage. And Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
O'Brien, he's checked in for the Bucks. The pass to Antetokounmpo, and that one comes up a bit short. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Here's Carter Williams, and it's sent back by Bogut, but they get it back. The shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around. Wow, way off on that one.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard.
Back to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Goes up on the high post, and another basket for Golden State.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
And the Bucks with some changes. Parker's checked in for John Henson, and Middleton subbed in for Carter Williams.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Iguodala with the bucket.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
And he can't bank that one in.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Green with a screen for Curry. From outside the arc, and another 3 for Golden
gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Pushing it up. And the jam with Iguodala.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go. Warriors running again. An amazing finish with a hand.